Don't go running, Delphine. There's more of them up there.
There's someone there. You're mine.
How do I know? Yo! It's a briar heart. Good going, you two. Delphine, you should know better than just to run in. There were 4 sworn outside. It stands to reason there'd be more in here. At least you two are keeping your heads, not them. Scaled boots. Good pair. You might be able to take them, Lucian.
Why do they all dress like they have stumbled through a thorn bush?
That's a good question, Inigo. I think something to do with their traditions. Forsworn are a interesting bunch. We'll talk about it later.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols.
Now's not a good time to sing that song,
The symbol for
Lucian.
king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom.
Let me guess. We need to wind these up in a proper way to get that bridge down. I wonder.
Yes, that's it. The symbol on the middle pillar.
Dragonborn.
Let's see what those old blades left.
You know, that's not that hard to figure out. Just hope Meeko's resting well. More Akaviri symbols. Dragonborn, warrior, king. I'm guessing if we send on Dragonborn, he's safe. There. Should be clear to walk along freely. Let's just get to the wall. Oh, Meeko. The Forsworn will very dearly. That is an interesting architectural structure. What do you make of it, husband? Lucian? You two are clearly the scholarly of us.
Wonderful. Remarkably well preserved, too.
Well, what is remarkably well preserved of it, husband? That face. Why should I feel I should know
Here's
that
the
face?
blood seal.
But what
another
now?
of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt triggered by, well, blood.
My
Your
blood.
Dragonborn.
How
Look
do I
here.
know?
You see how the ancient blades revered Reman Cyrodiil?
I thought that was Raymond.
Just look at this place. I'm taking notes of all of this. My colleagues back at the Imperial City will be beside themselves with envy.
Ended the Akaviri invasion under mysterious circumstances, you recall?
Yes. Raymond, I remember.
Blood onto the carving on the floor.
I'll try that, Delphine. I remember when Raymond appeared with his
After the
tomb.
so-called Battle of Pale
the
Pass,
battle
the Akaviri
ended.
went into his service. This was the foundation stone of the Second Empire.
If you need help drawing some
Dragonborn
blood,
Emperor.
let me know.
I don't need your help. I can do it myself. That's Alduin. Time for you to taste blood
Odds
once
above,
more.
what are you waiting for?
There.
It's coming to life.
I'm getting away from that light.
After you,
Oh, with how you were running recklessly earlier, I thought you won the honor. It's not their fault. It's to my own. But that doesn't give you the meaning to act like a fool. Meaning, reason. I'm just getting in here.
This is it. Sky Haven Temple. Who knows what secrets we'll find in here?
Hopefully something about Alduin. Something more than just what the old tales say.
Original Akaviri bas-reliefs, almost entirely intact.
Whatever that means. I'm sure you're having a field day, Lucian.
Amazing. You can see how the Akaviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing Nordic style.
We're here for Alduin's wall.
It is amazing.
Yes, we'll have more time to look around later, I suppose. Let's see what's up ahead.
I think I found it. Alduin's wall.
If I were a dragon, this place would make me nervous.
Agreed. Does make me nervous. Feel the door inside me shiver.
Alduin's wall, so I've never seen a finer example of early Second Era Akaviri sculpture.
Alduin.
Edward, we need information, not a lecture on art history.
Yakaviri. The blades. Sut? No, that can't be the Numinian. That looks like an Oblivion gate.
Look, here is Alduin. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their time overlords, the legendary Dragon War. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the wall. You see, here is fallen from the sky. The Nord Tongs, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
3
So does it show
tones.
how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism.
In other words,
This,
no
coming from the
words.
mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout, but there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
It would make sense.
Oh yes, presumably something rather specific to dragons, or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his turn.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
No. Truth be told, I'm still learning my abilities as Dragonborn. I know someone who would. My Songir and the rest of the Greybeards.
You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
I was going to get them in regardless of your opinion. What do you have against them? That's ire in your voice.
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it.
The
Think
Greybeards.
about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
Tiber Septim will listen to the Greybeards for their counsel. The first Dragonborn Emperor since Ramus died. You're jealous of the power that I hold. The Greybeards are meek, power under control. And I'm about to let my unfold on you, Delphine! Ungod told me that I am not beholding to the way of the voice. My gift, my thum, is to be used against dragons. To fight as a Dova. I adhere to the way of the voice because I choose to. I try to be better. Something you should
Have you
learn.
ever heard of a shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? Have you ever heard of a shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
The Greybeards would.
You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
I'll ask Unger if he knows what shot they used.
Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel.
Talos
The
guard
prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel
From
in the
me.
first place, in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the blades. You see their distinctive longswords. Now
Yes.
they need their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Alduin at the end of time. Are you paying attention, Delphine? You might learn something of our own history.
I
know
doubt
the
she'll
purpose
pay
of my
attention
heart.
to anything
Once all blades
or hear any
when
reason.
misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world. When the brass
Yes.
tower rocks,
That is the
time
Minion.
when the thrice blessed fail, and the red tower trembles, when the dragonborn ruler loses his throne, and the white tower falls, when the snow tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the world eater wakes, and the wheel turns upon the last dragonborn.
So everything does happen in the past
I'm gonna
400
look around
years.
somewhere. See what the old blades left for us.
And for
Yes,
this,
yes, that's an excellent idea. Who knows what other lost treasures we might discover?
Esbon, a word.
Did you say something?
Try to get Delphine to see more reason. I'm not sure she'll listen to anything but the own voice in her head. Do you have any advice on the wall about fighting dragon?
You're in luck. There is a blessing the blades used on the eve of battle. It's supposed to prepare the mind for slaying dragons.
Well,
I
that's
doubt
useful.
the blessing's effects would last for very long. So ask whenever you're heading out, and I'll perform the proper rites.
We're going to High Rothgar now. I need that dragon-sing blessing of yours, just in case.
May the scales of the dragon kind splinter at the touch of your arrows, and crack under the weight of your sword. That's all there is to it, Dragonborn.
Really?
Good luck.
Thank you, Esbon.
Very good.
Prophecy. Bit of a thing.
Intriguing.
You two have any words about this?
I wonder what this new shout you need to learn does exactly. Maybe it turns dragons into sweet rolls. Devastating and embarrassing.
And delicious. Any thoughts?
I am thinking I am relieved we got to the bottom of my mind problem.
Me too. Me too.
If you need anything else, just ask.
I will. Lucian?
This place is incredible. The sheer history here. The mind boggles at how much we could learn. It would mean a lot to me if I could have a couple of hours to properly study all this. I'll just
Of
make a few
course.
notes, a sketch or two, that sort of thing. Do you mind?
No. Lucian, of course I don't mind. And then go and I will wait around while you walk. Hopefully you can make better sense of this all. Truth be told, I'll trust your interpretations more than Esbon's, and certainly more than Delphine.
Oh, thank you. I'll try not to be too long. Yes. And this carving represents... I see. Fascinating. Fascinating. And what about this one? Ah, indeed. Thank you, my friend. That was most enlightening. And here, in honor of our original agreement.
Thank you, Lucian. While we also have a moment before we head out, I think this is the safest place to train you.
Excellent. I've been looking forward to this. What shall we work on this time?
Let's build up. I have some books that I can teach you, and I know a few things about healing as well.
You do? Splendid. Which spell?
Second thoughts, I don't think I have any books on hand. I'm sorry.
Oh, alright then.
But
Excellent. What shall we work on this time?
I think Indigo would like to train with you today.
Alright, I'll go and ask him.
Keep your guard up, Lucian.
I'm trying, you're just so fast.
I swear he's more trained.
That was unnecessarily vicious.
I am educating you.
Consider my
Don't hold
lesson
back,
learned.
Indigo. Indigo has more experience than you, but in time your body will get used to the weight of your weapon, or even your spells. You'll learn to be faster, quicker. In time, we'll all be experienced. But I refuse to stay in this place for the night. I'll see what we can gather outside and make camp on down the road. Might even go back to Old World. He said that Tiber Septim stayed in that inn when he was still a man, campaigning up in Skyrim. It's funny.
In other circumstances, this would be a wonderful place for a rowdy get-together.
I somehow doubt that, Meeko. But in any case, it's interesting that the Thalmor are not trying to take care of Tiber Septim the man, but only Talos the god. Although, it wouldn't be surprising if they did try to stamp out the existence of Tiber when he was immortal. But let's go see what the Greybeards have for us. I bet my song gear will have no pleasing words for us. I'm sure they know about Delphine and the Blades. I'm inclined to listen to him. He's been more upfront, more forthcoming about everything than Delphine. Esbon, still trying to piece him out. Delphine has ambitions and motives, and that's the kind of thing that you'd be worried about. She has a lot to lose.
Opportunities. Who could ask for more?
I couldn't ask more than you two, except if Meeko was still here. But I hope that he is resting now. And Delphine's the type of woman who's desperate, powerful, desperate.
Dangerous. It is nice to have company.
She no doubt just sees us as tools for her own bidding. We need to be careful of her, especially now with Alduin. Oh, and Lucian, before I forget, a courier came to me last night while you all were asleep, while we were in the inn. Said he had a letter for
How
you.
can I assist?
This is for you, Lucian.
Oh? Perhaps the courier gave it to you by mistake. Let me see.
Oh, you were
Ooh,
asleep at the
marvelous.
time.
It's from my father.
Your
Do you remember I
father?
said he was looking into Doomsbathar for me? It
Yes,
seems he's had some success.
that's
He's
good.
found me its location. Turns out we were completely wrong when we guessed it was in Skyrim. It's actually on Solstheim. Not only
Solstheim.
that, but he's also sent me the key. Can we go? Oh, please say we can go.
Of course we can go, Lucian, but Solstheim is quite a trip away, and we have more pressing matters at the moment. We'll go as soon as we take care of things for us, but I promise you, on your father's behalf, we will go to Doombathar. However you say it.
I suppose you're right. Perhaps when some of our other concerns are a bit less pressing?
Of course.
And away we go.
And away we go. Watch over us, Tal Stoneground. And kind, watch over us. So I'm not exactly... What's the word, Lucian? When you're terribly afraid about being scolded from a father figure. Disappointment? Anger? I'm just afraid of what Anger will say. Oh, it's good to be back here. It is. Master Angar, I have something to discuss with you. Oh, he better not be outside. Not here. Master Angar, where are you? Usually around here meditating. Where could he be? Master Angar? Oh. Hello there. Master Wolfgar? Master Angar.
Your training proceeds well, Dragonborn.
Thank you. I'm still learning, but I can feel myself getting more powerful by the day, Master. Thanks in part to your teachings. But I'm here on a pressing matter. Do you know of a shout used to defeat Alduin during the Dragon War?
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
The Blades have reluctantly been helping me find out more about why I am here. It was recorded on Alduin's wall, the Skyhaven Temple.
The Blades, of
Yes.
course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bound. They have always sought to
I
turn the
agree with
Dragonborn
you.
from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us?
I have,
Would you
Master.
simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
I refuse to be a tool to them. I'm not their puppet. But Master, I mean this in no harm. You have been keeping secrets from me. About this shout. About why I am truly here. I had to piece it together myself long before I started helping the Blades. But they want the same thing as I, the same thing as you. To stop Alduin.
What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here
Yes.
we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end,
Master.
so be it. Let it end and be reborn.
I know. Alduin is fated to lead the world, to destroy and consume it no matter what. And then the harbinger is to recreate it anew. But I would very much like to continue living for as long as I can. Because despite all that is wrong here, there is good worth preserving a little while longer. So I take it you won't be helping me, will you, Master?
No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom.
Of course. Orthodox.
Dragonborn, Wait. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make.
Here's Parthenaxis, the Grandmaster, and I know how you're feeling, Master. Truly, I do. So can you help me learn this shout, then?
No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend.
Dragonrend.
But its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
Why so? What's this hesitance, this ostracize of Dragonrend?
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself.
This hatred. It is the risk I'm willing to take. There has to be a way to defeat Alduin. If the shot is lost, we must find another way.
Only Parthenax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Parthenax. Your master. Can you tell me more about him?
He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
Of course, strongest among you. Then I need to speak to Parthenax as soon as possible.
You weren't ready. You still aren't ready. But, thanks to the blades, you now have questions that only Parthenax can answer.
Why haven't I met him yet? Didn't you say long ago he lives in isolation?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
And how can I get to the top of the mountain to see him?
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Parthenax.
Very well.
Parthenax. Parthenax. Curious name. I wonder... No, surely not. A ridiculous notion.
I know what you're thinking, Lucian. Master of the Order. The grandest among them. Lives in seclusion on top of the mountain and rarely speaks to them. The name. The name. Parthenax. Has to be a Dova. Has to. Contrary to what the Blades believe, if this Parthenax is a Dova, has become the Grand Master of the Greybeards, and that means not all of them want destruction and ruin. They just need to be taught a way. A better way. A way that we will follow.
Excuse me.
Away. A way that we seek.